I like to do some strengthening work and some mobility work as much as we are lengthening that. But the strengthening work we do, it's not like we're like lifting weights or anything. So hopefully it'll be entertaining and a little bit different for you. This is not like your grandma's deep stretch, I always say. It's a deep stretch for the athlete. So we're trying to equalize strength with our flexibility, and in the middle, we find our mobility. So those are our key words. Over to the right, if you're not familiar, down at the bottom, there's like a little chat thing you can hit. I opened up a chat. If you have areas that you want us to try and focus on, let me know. Otherwise, it's all up to me, myself, and I. But we'll start today on our backs, unless you have some other place that you'd rather start. I have a little reading for you guys that I really love. I read it to my husband, so I'll read it to you just kind of while you get settled on your mat. And if it was me this morning, I would probably, my back feels a little tight just from some of the weird work I was doing yesterday. So for me, I'd probably go knock knees, which would be your feet wide, knees are bent, and then bring your knees together. Just kind of helps push your low back into the mat and help your back. Now, if you are totally cool in the back this morning and you want to do something differently, go on and bring the soles of the feet together and let your knees open out wide. And then we focus into just what it is that you are bringing to the mat today. So in light of what we're all going through with this quarantine, we have more time on our hands, maybe. Some people don't, right? I have friends that are like literally sitting in their chairs just going meeting to meeting to meeting, and they're so grumpy about it. But yet thankful, right, that they're still getting a paycheck. Because you have like me and my husband, he's unable to work, not making a paycheck, and totally at first freaking out. Now he's hit the good zone where he's actually able to relax. And today's reading and kind of our thoughts today is about allowing ourselves to be bored. So while you're here, if you're a total type A personality, you're already getting bored just listening to my voice. But just notice that and then start to focus on your breath while I give you a little bit of a reading. For many of us, our lives are so filled with stimuli, not to mention responsibilities, that it's almost impossible for us to sit still and do nothing, much less relax, even for a few minutes. A friend of mine said to me, people are no longer human beings. We should be called human doings. I was first exposed to the idea that occasional boredom can actually be good for me while studying with a therapist in Washington. After finishing our first day together, I asked my instructor, what is there to do here at night? He responded by saying, I'd like you to allow yourself to be bored. And at first I thought, why on earth would I choose to be bored? I asked him that, and he went on to explain that if you allow yourself to be bored, even for an hour or less, and don't fight it, the feelings of boredom will be replaced with feelings of peace. And after a little practice, you'll learn to relax. Much to my surprise, he was absolutely right. At first, I couldn't barely stand it. That's totally my husband 3 weeks ago. I was so used to doing something every second that I really struggled to relax. But after a while, I got used to it, and after long, since I've learned to enjoy it. I'm not talking about hours of idle time or laziness, but simply learning the art of relaxing, of just being, rather than doing for a few minutes each day. There isn't a specific technique other than to consciously do nothing. Just sit still, perhaps look out the window and notice your thoughts and feelings. At first, you may get a little anxious, but each day it will get a little easier. The payback is tremendous. Much of our anxiety and inner struggle stems from our busy, overactive minds, always needing something to entertain them, something to focus on, and always wondering what's next. Maybe you're already thinking, what's next after yoga? You're eating dinner, you're wondering, what will I do after dinner? It's Friday, what will we do this weekend? Everything, you turn on the TV, you pick up a phone, you open a book. It's as though we're frightened at the thought of not having something to do even for a minute. The beauty of doing nothing is that it teaches you to clear your mind and relax. It allows your mind the freedom to not know for a brief period of time. Just like your body, your mind needs an occasional break from its hectic routine. When you allow your mind to take a break, it comes back stronger, sharper, more focused, and creative. So just a little food for thought as we move into this space in our body. There will be moments where we will hold the posture maybe longer than you are comfortable with. And at that point, I will challenge you to become bored with the posture. Like just sit there and breathe and notice. We don't hold anything too long with this, but for a lot of us, not too long is way longer than we would prefer. So we'll start to take our focus now into our breath. If you have your knees together, we're going to do the exact opposite now, unless your back's really tight. You're going to let the feet come together and let your knees open wide in butterfly wings. Go on and bring your hand to your chest and one hand to your low belly while we focus in on a little bit of breath work there. And once you arrive in this new space, just kind of notice how those inner thighs are feeling, those hips. Maybe the hands come overhead. I'm going to go on and go into what I call triple diamond, just kind of a fancy yoga posture. My elbows are bent. I've got my thumb together and my index finger together. Now, if you're like wicked tight in the shoulders, that is not going to be that possible for you, so don't worry about it. Again, just close your eyes here. You're at home. There's nothing fancy to see, nothing to do at the moment other than we're going to take some breath. So the first breath is a very simple, big inhale in, we pause at the top, we open the mouth and really obnoxiously sigh out what you need to get rid of. Take a big breath in, pause, open the mouth and let it go. Perfect. This next one's designed to make you smile and also relax the face. I'm from Kentucky. It's called horse lips and it sounds like a horse, or babies do this all the time. It's like this. And then, I mean, really, it's almost impossible to do it without kind of chuckling to yourself. So here we go. Big, deep inhale in. Pause. Let it go. One of my most favorites. Slowly bring your fingertips beneath the knees. Draw your knees up and together. And then lift the knees towards your belly. Take your fingertips to the mushy point on those kneecaps. Whoa, we're in trouble. Kneecaps. And just kind of lift into some little circles with the knees. You can lift up your sacrum, plant it back down. Nothing fancy here, just getting some movement in that low back and waking up your core with it. Just kind of see what's there on this lovely hump day. We've lost track of days. It's Wednesday. And then really squeeze that right knee in. Take your left leg up to the ceiling. Now, just let the right knee kind of come into the chest. If you struggle to let go of that right leg and hold it there, you can put your hand on it. I know that sounds like crazy, but there are people that I work with that are so big and bulky they can't do that. Take your other hand, both hands, other hands. Like I said, we could be in trouble today. You're going to extend the left leg straight up. You may be super tight and have a nice generous bend in the knees. Totally up to you. I'm going to just go on and take mine to a comfortable spot for me. And then as you inhale, push through that heel. And as you exhale, point. Inhale, push through that heel. And exhale, point. Now hold the point. We're going to tap into the left side of the ankle. Rotate the toe to the right. So you're keeping the point and you're creating a C. Big toe moves to the right and then roll your pinky toe towards the ceiling. Feel a little love, like a really weird little squeaky area around the, maybe from the pinky toe all the way up into the ankle. I don't really love to say where you should feel things, but I feel like with this virtual world, it's a little bit more necessary than normal. And then if you're cramping in your arch of your foot, that's normal. Just drink a little bit more water. And then slowly take those circles. Get those snaps, crackles, and pops out. Kind of let that be what it is. And then we're going to take the hands over this left shin. Pull it in and up. Keep that left leg straight up. Squeeze that right leg in till you feel that tiniest bit of an impingement in your hip flexor. And now we're going to strengthen this left hip flexor. Point the foot. Draw the low belly in and up and really push your low back in. And you're going to super, super slowly lower the left leg until you get to the point where you start to feel your low back peel up off the mat. Now I can go fairly low with this, but I've been really working to strengthen my hip flexor over the past 3 years because I realized that too much yoga had actually weakened them. Too much flexibility, not cool. Once you get to that spot, you should be able to feel that left hip flexor working. Whole legs firing up. We've got the left toe pointing, maybe getting a little love already coming into your quad. It's heating up your calf, your foot. You might feel your hamstring, hip flexor. Take a big inhale in. On the exhale, I want you to lift your nose towards your knee. Take a breath. And then slowly lower the head, neck, and shoulders. Lower the left leg. Left hand stays on that knee. Let the right arm come out to the side. Let's take a nice gentle twist. Just lower that knee across the body to the left. Now, a lot of people feel like they need to get that knee to the ground. Absolutely not. As long as it's about level with your left quad, you're getting all the benefits that we're looking for right then. Absolutely no benefit getting that knee down to the ground. If you're like way up in the air, you got room for advancement. Couple of breaths. Notice what your right shoulder is doing. Mine's about 3 inches off the ground. Just a little tight in the chest today. Big inhale in. Keep that leg there. Take the right arm over your head, basically. Palm faces up. And then inhale, really reach. Use your left hand to just kind of push that quad down and away a tiny bit. Just lengthening through the right side body. One more inhale, make it active. And then as you exhale, come back to center. Bring that right knee back in. Bring the left knee back up to the party and just see if you can pick up on a difference from side to side. Just a little kind of funky movement, whatever works for you. Is super cool. And then we're going to take that party into the other side. We hold on to the left leg. We reach the right leg up at first. So this hamstring is a lot tighter on me. I'm just going to let that kind of be what it is right now. And then slowly inhale, push through the heel. Exhale, point that right foot. Inhale, push through the heel. Exhale, point. Again, you can totally have a big old bend in this leg. Keep the point. Guide your big toe to the left. And then roll that pinky toe towards that ceiling or the sky, wherever you're lucky enough to be practicing. Your foot looks like a reverse C right now if you were to look at it. So again, we're trying to tap into those tiny little muscles and tendons that are all around that ankle. So then once we're able to go out there and party, and the ladies that are on here, and you're wearing those fabulous summer wedge heels, you won't roll your ankles, all those sports that we play, our ankles will be nice and mobile. And then slowly come back to neutral, do those circles. One side's going to be crackier than the other. I like to kind of include my toes in the party. And then straighten it as much as you can. Again, my hamstring's tight on this side. Point. Take a breath. Lower it slowly. Goal here is to become aware of where the point is that your low back starts to lift off the mat. So we're strengthening this hip flexor. Very weak muscle in most of us because of how much time we are in a seated posture. Even CrossFitters that are out there, that constant squatting and pushing that they're doing with those weights, right? We're finding lots of issues, slight little tears in these muscles from the femur coming back. Hold when you get to your stopping spot. Point the toe. Let the muscles warm up. Let everything say, I got this. Hold on to the left knee. Push the low back down. And then take a big inhale in. As you exhale, squeeze and lift up. Just find a little love in that low core. One more breath. And then as we exhale, we release head, neck, and shoulders and right foot. Left hand comes out wide. Take a breath. And on the exhale, find your twist. Bring the left knee across the body and breathe into that. Oh, feels pretty good today. So allow yourself again to be a little bit bored here in our efforts to Let the back slowly start to give way. Now we can make it a little more active. Switch the left hand over your ear. Again, notice what your shoulder's doing. Mine is so far off the ground. Totally cool. Again, left knee does not need to be on the ground. Mine's way off. Now we're going to make it active if you want. You guys don't have to do anything active. You're going active. Inhale, really reach the hand. A little bit of love with that right arm as you kind of pull that left leg in. And again, inhale, really reach. As you exhale, draw the belly in, go a little further. And then slowly come back. Draw both knees in and start to rock and roll yourself front to back. So this is the quarantine back rub here. Give yourself a little love front to back. I used to call it the poor man's back massage, but now it's all of our back massages. And then cross those ankles, nothing fancy. Come up to your seat and make your way into your tabletop. Once you're here, I'd like you to get those toes tucked under. So look back there, and I always say, just notice, right? If you're someone where you're way up high on the tips of your toes, and your toes are not flexible, we need to work on that. Big toe flexibility, mobility in those toes is critical for the health of your knees and your legs and your hips. When your toes are not mobile, we manifest in other areas. So super, super cool. Let's make them move. Take a breath in, drop the belly, heads up. And then exhale, round. And then come into a nice neutral location. Gonna warm up our rotator cuff. Take the right hand forward. I'm gonna back away from my wall here. Right hand forward, look at your hand. And then inhale, sink back, push into your heels. Come back around. Inhale up. And then around, now we reverse. Inhale back, stretch the feet. And around, and then inhale back. And around, hold, take a breath, reach the right hand up, draw the belly in and up, thread the needle, right hand comes underneath. I'll show you if you're unfamiliar with this posture. A couple names on there that I'm not as familiar with, and I'm so grateful you guys are here. You're gonna thread that, and I like to have my palm up, and just kind of breathe into it. Your shoulders are tight like mine today. I invite you to take your left hand and reach around your back. If you have 8 arms like me, you can get those fingers against your right rib cage and your right leg. I'll show you what that looks like here. And then allow yourself maybe to be bored, right? Or if you're one of my normal yogis, right, you're like, no, I want core today. Take the left leg out, lift it up. Maybe work that hip mobility. Take a bend, take it out to the side, extend. Tap it down, we'll lift it up, take it back, check your strength, check your mobility. Again, take it out, extend, tap, lift, take it back. If you're playing, bring that left leg down, take a couple moments, just the shoulder here, and then release the left hand down to the ground. Inhale, take the right hand up, and exhale. Let that go. Take some wiggles, some jiggles, whatever feels like you need to do. And then we'll take that right on the left. Again, keep those toes tucked. I'm being nice in our footwork today. That means Friday I will not be nice. So left hand, we come forward, gaze is forward, belly's drawn in. And then inhale up, sink back, exhale forward. Inhale up, sink back. Exhale forward. Let's reverse it. Inhale, take it back. Exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale up. Pause. Nice neutral spine. Gaze is down. And then open the chest to the left. Reach the left hand up. Draw the belly in and up. Big breath. And then exhale. We thread the needle. Left arm is under. Booties are up nice and high. Left cheek is on the mat. You can take your right arm forward, or you do what I did on the other side. Arm comes up, right arm, tuck it around. See if you can find that pocket and breathe. Just notice the side for a couple breaths. The bigger you breathe, the faster you'll warm up those muscles on the body.
So you stay right here, or if you did on the other side, we gotta, excuse me, play with that core and hip. We take the right leg out. You draw the belly in and up. I feel like this side I might tumble. Lift up. Take a breath. And then play with that hip. Rotate to the side. Extend the leg long. Tap the foot down. Lift up. If you fall, it's cool. You have to laugh. That's our rule. Come back. Take it out. One more time. We lift. You don't have to do this. Take it out. Just working some hip strength. Take it out. Core strength. Tap. Bring it up. Take it back. Lower down. Now, if you just stayed right here and you allowed yourself to be bored in the posture, double thumbs up. Right hand comes down. Inhale. Take it out. And just do some wiggles and jiggles, so whatever feels good. And then slowly tuck the toes under, walk yourself back, and you're gonna lift your knees up. So I'm in like a little squat. My heels are up, and my belly is resting on my thighs. Now, I want you to draw your belly in and up as much as you can, and then rest your chest way down. You got big, huge boobs, lucky you first. Take your feet out wide and tuck the girls in between that space. I don't have to worry about that. Now, fingertips way forward, shift way back, tuck the head down. Big inhale in and out. And then slowly walk your hands towards your shins. Keep a bend in the knees. We're coming into a forward fold, but I want you to keep those knees bent. And just straighten the legs to the point that you keep your ribs on your thighs. Let the head hang. Give it a little yes and no. Let's check out our hamstrings and our IT bands. Just a little quick pass through. Fingertips to the shins. Squeeze your butt. Keep the knees bent. Again, let me say that. Keep the knees bent. And inhale, lengthen the spine. Now, lengthening the spine means we got to draw the belly in and up. It's like I'm pulling you forward and your best friend's pulling your hips backwards. I can put my glass of wine on there and it would not spill. So just kind of check out that spine. Again, belly's drawn in and up. If you're already dying in the hamstrings, bend your knees deeper. Squeeze through the glutes. Take a breath in. Slowly squeak the head forward a little more. Squeeze the butt a little firmer. Maybe straighten the legs a little more. Again, just to pass through in these hamstrings. Inhale, lengthen. Squeeze the butt. Maybe lengthen the legs a little more. Keep squeezing the butt. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, squeeze the glutes with all your might. Come up to stand and feel your little butt smile back there. So that high hamstring glute connection, call it our butt smile. You might feel a little extra love there. I'm going to take off a little layer. So we're going to work now into some side body love and into the IT band. If you know you have crazy tight IT band, and if you don't know what the IT band is, you're going to know in a second. It runs down the side of your leg and is a big, big issue for low back pain and some other stuff too. Sciatic nerve issues, you probably have either a bad piriformis or IT band. So I want you to look at your feet. And again, I'm not mirroring you because that's way too much for me at this hour of the day and teaching on Zoom. You're going to take your right leg and cross it in front of the left. Now look down at your feet. Some of you are going to really need to think about this. We try and line the pinky toes together, so like they're making out. Now, take your heels and shift them both to the sides. So now if you look down, I have a triangle, and I want it even. Normally people have one foot still straight and the other one scooted out. We want them both making like a triangle like this. And then squeeze your inner thighs and just come up to stand. Really squeeze your inner thighs. Take a big inhale up. And then arch over to the left. I've got my left hand grabbing my right wrist. You don't have to do that. Squeeze the inner thighs. Again, make it active. Inhale, squeeze. That's the bottom half to work while we reach to the top. Pull the ears back. Big inhale in. And then as you exhale, come up to stand. You're gonna slowly bend the knees depending on how tight you are. And we'll come into a forward fold. Once you arrive there, let your head hang. Now, if you're like, oh my God, Lindsay, are you freaking kidding me? You can, I'm pointing to my block like it's gonna walk to me. You could put a block here. You could use a kettlebell. You could use any of those weights that are behind me. You could use a laundry bottle that is up in front of me. Wherever you are, again, just find this nice fold. And if it's not feeling nice in your body, no worries. If you have more space, I'll show you. You'll walk to the right. You take this left hand, grab it behind that heel, and see where you can go. And then slowly come back to center. Squeeze your butt, squeeze your inner thighs, and roll yourself up. Perfect. We're gonna trade. Come out and just kind of notice, right, where you felt that a little bit. This is called Krishna's dance. Not that that's important at all, but I always think, I don't know who Krishna was, but he's not someone I want to dance with. Because I get a lot of sensation out of this. So look down at your feet. I've crossed my left foot over. My right foot is still straight. Not cool. I want that puppy out. Move it out. And so this is the tighter side of me right away. It's not feeling as fabulous. Still fabulous because it's yoga, but it's not feeling as fabulous. So just kind of notice how you are. Make sure you got that triangle. Squeeze the crud out of your inner thighs. And then inhale, reach up. And then exhale, we arch. Whew, this side says, mama. We arch to the right. We squeeze those inner thighs and we send those hips to the left. So one of the fun things about this Zoom class is it's I have to do it with you guys. I mean, I don't have to. Mallory's not doing the classes, but I kind of feel like I should, just in case that I got someone that's never practiced, you don't know what you're doing. You'll be able to look and say, what the fuck? Like, what am I doing? But now you guys really get to see how tight your yoga teacher is. And then inhale, we come up. Take a little moment. Again, how much do you need to bend your knees? Get in this forward fold. Could be a ton. Could be not that much. You can really bend them though. Totally up to you. My lacrosse players that are super tight, they like have stacked like this, and honestly, they don't even look like they're in a forward fold, and they're all dying. So wherever you are is perfect. Just kind of take time, get into it. No hurry. Let yourself be bored with it first, and then once you get to that boredom, we use our breath to maybe go a little bit deeper. For me, going deeper, I'm going to corkscrew over to the left. I'm going to take this right hand, grab hold of the back of that Achilles, and just kind of say, let's go a little bit more. Not going too far, just a little extra on this side. And then for me, I'm going to love all the way into my back on the right here. Couple of deep inhales and exhales. And then slowly come back. Draw the belly in and up. Squeeze the inner thighs and roll yourself up. Perfect. Just kind of notice the back. And then uncross those legs. I'm going to do some half sunnaes. These are really, really, really good. I do these first thing in the morning just to kind of wake ourselves up and get us moving for some deeper crack. So wherever you are, come towards the front of your mat. Have your block handy because we're going to need it in a minute. And then a big inhale, reach up. As you exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Fingers to shins, inhale halfway. Squeeze the butt, exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way back down. Fingers to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Warm up. Big inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Last one. Half sunnae. Fingers to shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Get that blood going. Exhale, fingertips down. Let's party. Step the right foot back. come into your first runner's lunge. Now just kind of notice your right hip flexor, how it's feeling. Again, if you're super wicked tight, which is the majority of the people that I work with, you might have a block or laundry detergent bottles under each hand. Never compare yourself to the yoga teacher. Take a couple of breaths here. Just love into this space. Now, I want you to make it active. When I say make it active, just know that means make it sucky. You're going to track the left foot back. You're going to pull the ball of the right foot forward. So really think about your midline. Pull the right hip forward. If you're confused and you watch me, you'll see what I'm doing here. We're going to isometrically pull the left foot forward, pull the right hip forward, push into the ground. Suddenly everything is really having a party. Reach the left hand up. Big stretch, big inhale. Reach away, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, bring the hand down inside the foot. Walk to your right. I want you to point these right toes at 45 degrees. We are not going low. For those of you that are lovers of Skandasana. Now, I can't see if you are, so you know you want to take this down low. Rock on. For the rest of us, I want you to lift that left heel as high as you can. Push through the heel. Take your left hand, plant it directly under your shoulder or on a block. We're working to strengthen this right leg. We're working to lengthen this left side, just in case you weren't feeling it. Now draw the belly in. We twist in the opposite direction. Right hand's up. Now this is the point where my brain starts to curse a little. Just find a little love. Allow yourself to get bored. Nothing mild about this stretch. Big inhale here. And then exhale, bring that hand back down to the mat. Walk back around to the front. Come back into that runner's lunge. Drop the right knee down. Squeeze your glute. And come up. Now we want to focus on this right side. I'm not the yoga teacher that's going to ask you to ever come into a lunge like this unless I'm doing it for an actual, reason or point. So I want you to kind of come into this, not kind of, I want you to come into a double 90. Squeeze your right booty cheek, pull the hips slightly forward, tiniest little tuck, right? And then inhale, hands are up. Bring the hands together, inhale up. See what your ribs are doing. I have a mirror right in front of my mug here. Mine are coming way out. Tuck them in, knit them in, ask your core to work. And then over to the left. Keep squeezing your left booty cheek. And then inhale, we come up. Take a breath in. Right hand, I want you to face it straight forward. And then take it right between the shoulder blades. Take the left hand up. This one's kind of hard, like it's spicy, so prepare yourself. Take the left hand, you're going to grab the elbow. Show you from the front. You're going to squeeze it over. Now, what happens? We go like this. This is all about getting rid of this tech neck syndrome. So we're working through some stuff. I want you to push your head back. Again, at this point, you might be like, oh shit. Squeeze your right glute. Now, take your gaze just because to the right. Now, push your head back and say, oh yeah, I feel it. And then arch to the left. Keep squeezing your booty. And then inhale, come up, reach the hands up, just take a little moment. And exhale, we take the fingertips down. Tuck the toes on the right foot and step your right foot to meet your left foot. And just be aware of what you did. We're coming into that forward fold. One half sun A here. Let's warm it back up. Fingertips to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Inhale all the way up. If you're someone that likes a little back, then feel free, take one. Exhale, fingertips down. We party on the left. Step the left foot back. Again, super wicked tight. Put stuff under your hands. Just kind of relax into it first. Never take it to your deepest posture first. We want to let the muscles know where we're headed so that they can have time to actually get there in a safe manner. Check your ankle, check your knee. We're all sorts of aligned. Not good back here. And we don't want to be up here either. So just think about it. Now, you can stay here or we make it active. I always try to make this active. Pull the right foot back, pull the left foot forward, left hip tracks along. So it's like I'm trying to squish my yoga mat together. Left fingertips, I can almost take them off the ground as I reach that right hand up. My legs are so working for me. Take a breath in. Another big inhale in. Slowly lower the hand down. Just take a little moment. Relax the pressure. You got one. We're going to walk to the left, coming into that skandasana. My back will be to you. You'll walk to the left. Left leg goes to 45 degrees. We don't go low. Those right toes are up. Now just kind of breathe into this lovely posture. Again, if you're a dumper, you can come in here. It's cool. I can't tell what you're doing. Otherwise, we stay up here. We strengthen this left leg, and we are stretching through the right. Right hand, bring it directly under the shoulder, and then reach the left hand up. Opposite twist, little party. My allergies are killing me, sorry. One more breath. Ooh. Exhale, bring the hand down. Walk back to the front of the mat. Take that little runner's lunge. Big breath. Lower the left knee. And then come up to that double 90. So again, super mobile in your low back. If you were in the studio, I'd really be picking on you, right? I like to see length here. Don't want to see crazy mobility right here. It's a whole different thing. I'm going for a stretch in the front of the body, and in order to get it, we need to make it active. So slightly tuck, squeeze the poop out of the left booty cheek. I just said squeeze the poop out of the left booty cheek. Where does this stuff come from? Slowly settle in. And then inhale, lift up. And then we arch over just for a breath before we really go into it. And then inhale, come up. Left palm, we face forward. Then rotate it between the shoulders. So just notice, right, which side might be a little tighter in the shoulders. Grab the elbow, get it down and as far back as you can. And then here's the hard part. Squeeze the left butt cheek, lift up, but tuck the ribs. So I'm going to show you here when I lift up, got these things coming at you. I want to use my core so I can do what we call knit the ribs. You pull the ribs in, which if you see, my obliques suddenly go, oh wait, I gotta do a little work here. So we keep that engagement in the obliques as we pull to the right, push the head back, look to the left. And then again, don't let your ribs come flying forward, slightly pull them in and up. Find your obliques, side core muscles, couple breaths. Those oblique muscles are super responsible for our power, huge for the tennis players out there. Golfers. Really all of us. And then whoo, inhale, come up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Tuck the toes on the left. Step yourself back to that forward fold. Fingertips to the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Squeeze the booty all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer. All right, I'm gonna do a little standing balance series. If you're new to me, I like to put balance in periodically and deep stretch because really it's just a mind game, right? And then today we're gonna work our eyeballs too because that's even worse. And I just like to be a crowd pleaser. So right foot, I want you to really focus your energies down into it. And the way that we do that is to just kind of flatten the foot out. Lift it, move it, lift toes, flatten the crap out of it. Squeeze your right butt cheek. I take my hand there, I want to feel that butt dimple, and then lift up. Number one balance, you guys know me, figure four. We're going to figure four it. Left leg's up. If you struggle with balance here, don't go further. Figure four. Here. We're going to strengthen this right leg while we lengthen this left hip. Multitasking, really big strength in this right ankle too. Hands come out wide today, just because. Take a breath in, long spine. Now, it's like you're trying to sit in a chair. Go down as far as you can. Keep your chest up. Look at towards like the computer screen. You want to keep that long spine. Lots going on in my left hip. Couple breaths. Now I'm gonna mess with you. Keep this on. You fall out, fall back in. Find something to look at straight in front. You can take your left thumb out if you want to. Turn your head to the right. I can't do it and talk. Turn your head to the right, but don't take your eyeballs off what you're looking at. You are becoming really crazy aware of that balance with focus. Bring the head back. Whoa. Slowly come up and come out of that. So for me, that's like crazy hard. The older we get, you think about like your parents. I'm 51, have an 83-year-old father. He's pretty good, but his balance is way worse than it used to be, right? And it's a combination of a lot of things, but a lot of it has to do with his ocular power connection with his brain into his muscles. So we gotta continue to work that stuff in really weird, creative ways to continue to make it strong. So if you are really, really off on that, try some whacked out eyeball strengthening. We're gonna move into the other side. Left leg is grounded. Become aware of your left hip. Only thing I want you to really avoid is this. A lot of people balance and we outwardly shove that hip, which is way too much extension in the outer hip. Hold here, find your balance. Figure 4, this could be it for you today. Right here, your hip might be like, I'm good, Lindsay, totally cool. For some reason, I make noises when I balance. Slowly shift the hips back. Up dog in that chest, so you get your heart lifted. Feeling lots of love in the right hip while we strengthen the left ankle, the left shin, the left calf. Everything left is strengthening. Everything right is lengthening. Right foot is flexed though. And then mess with the balance, right? You can keep your arms out. You can bring them to prayer. Find something to look at. And then turn the head to the left, but keep your eyeballs focused on whatever it is you're looking at. And then slowly come back to center and lift yourself up. And just be mindful. How it landed in the body. That might really piss you off, in which case I'm going to say, good, that's okay. Just acknowledge it. All right, let's move in. You're acutely aware of your hips now. We're going to do a little kind of a funky deep stretch flow. Come back to the front of your mat. Feet are side by side. Again, have your blocks handy, especially if those outer hips. We're just speaking to you. Take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, fingertips down to the ground. Rare that I teach this. Step back, find your plank, turn your core arm. Now you might be like, well, this is deep stretch. Don't want to plank. Drop your knees. I don't really care what you're doing. Draw the belly in. Just turn on your muscles here before we can really, really, really work them. We want to really, really, really get them warm. Couple breaths. And then exhale, lift your hips. Come into that down dog. If you're super tight in the shoulders, your down dog's really ugly, that's okay. Bend your knees. Make this about a long spine, not about long legs. I really care less what your legs are doing. Long spine, stick your booty up, back, your belly in. Your legs not change. Now this is a big ask. I don't normally teach this, but I'm going to today just for giggles. Right leg inhale, lift it to the ceiling, and then stack the hip. You're gonna bend the knees. This is the vinyasa movement. If you've never practiced yoga, you're like, oh, what the fuck is she doing? Draw the heel in, lift the knee up. Hold, this is a big hip opener. Take a breath. And then use your belly. Big ask. Step the right foot up 3/4 of the way. Now you might need to yank that thing there. Look at your right toes. Rotate them to the right. Mine on this side, they go 90 degrees. Life's pretty darn good. Yours don't rotate out. That's okay. Just notice. Move your left hand a little center and forward. You're going to come into a modified side plank. You drop that back heel. Now check your leg out. If your leg is way behind you, plop it up there. So find a nice, stable side plank. This modified side plank. You're really dying here. Again, left knee down, totally cool. This is a more spicy option, shall we say. I do not use the word advanced because that's a bullshit word that should never be used in yoga. Reach the right hand up, hold. A little deeper in the right outer hip, push into your right foot, lift your hips up. A little low in that right outer hip. Take a breath in. This is for you, Miss Academy. One more inhale. Now, don't crash and burn. Lower, hover, and then look as far back as you can. I'm looking at that Peloton that's saying, you gotta get on me today. A couple breaths. Now, this is a fancy transition. Don't overthink it. Drop the left hip down, pull that back leg in, and come up into a sage twist. So our right leg's on top, we're outside of that left knee. Fancy, huh? Now, this twist, less about the twist component of the spine as it is about this outer hip. So just kind of notice what's going on this right side. Again, I'm super tight. Some people, really twisty people, can, I'm just going to show you because this is not working for me. Draw the elbow out, still keep a really long spine and twist. Not me today. I've had too much time on that Peloton. I'm going to squeeze this knee in and up. Take my right hand behind. Big inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, twist as you squeeze that knee into the bottom. And now come back to center. You're going to take this top leg, which is your right leg, and take it straight out to the side. This left foot is in like a tree posture. It's not in like a tree posture, it's in tree posture. That's where 51-year-old Lindsay, I can still hear my father saying, is it like that or is it not? Those are those funny little things that come out of our root chakra as we practice yoga. So I just want you to kind of notice this new space. We're going into low back side body here. Spinal flexion in the left side, little compression in the right side. So I like to kind of rock into this, just kind of notice where I'm headed. Now, if you're super tight, you might have the block down inside your leg and you'll rest your elbow here. You might have your arm on top of your leg. For me, this has taken me 22 years of practice to get here. My elbow is down inside of my knee. I'm going to take my little piece finger and I'm going to grab underneath this right Achilles. Why? I don't know. It just kind of pins my hand there. Left hand, I'm going to bring it to what I call the back bacon area. Draw the belly in and lean back. So feel that area that would be like right above your G's. Draw that left shoulder back. 90% of us, you're like, I'm very aware of what we're stretching. The rest of us, hand is up, lean back. You can bend your elbow, pull your head back. Draw the belly in, protect your spine. And then for the very tiny few of us who've been doing this forever, you could reach the arm over as long as your chest stays open. So if you're like, I don't know what she means, I'm here, my chest is open, I'm pretty stacked. I'm here, my chest is open. If you go to here and you look like this, unless that feels great, in which case, like, rock on, I'd prefer you just stay like this. If you can grab your toe, maybe then take your right hand over to this other leg. Again, I've been doing this for 22 years, and peel yourself open. No judgment where you are. You might literally look like this. This is how 99% of my athletes look. That's totally cool. And then slowly lower the left side down. And come up and come out of that. That's a really big ass to this left side of the body. I'm going to move to the other side of my mat just so that my butt is not in neural spaces. You're going to come back and come into your plank. And just kind of feel the work that you did. Rocking forward and backwards. See if you can pick up on the left side of your back. And then slowly lift those hips. Come into your down dog. I'm going to bend my knees a little bit and just kind of really stretch my back out. And then we come into whatever dog works for us. Again, big ass, don't have to do this. Left leg inhale reaches up. and then bend the knee and stack and peel that hip open. You need to really draw the belly in and up. Chest stays back towards the thigh. Goal is to get your heel towards your butt and your knee up, like you're gonna right your knee with your kneecap on the ceiling. Nothing you need to expect to be able to do if you are not in vinyasa yogi. Big breath in. On the exhale, we step it 3/4 of the way up. Woo. Tighter side on me. I get here, and then I'm going to try and rotate those toes to the left. If you look at me, you see my toes are at like, I don't know, maybe, not quite, I can't get there today. Can't get that full 90. I'm in about like, I don't know, 70 degrees. And just kind of notice, let that hip relax here for a second. Then we want to protect our shoulders. Move your right hand, center, line up with your shoulder girdle, but the tiniest bit in front of that deltoid. Back leg, and if you know what your deltoid is, that big round ball thing. Check it out. I want it straight back. So I'm going to move mine a little bit over, then drop my heel, and then rotate in. Right away, this left side says, yeah, baby. And then I reach up, come into that side point. Little core here, nothing too hard. Everybody on there is good. Couple breaths. You could have your right knee down too. No judgment. Big inhale. Now, spice here. Push into the left foot. Really reach up. Oh, yeah. If you want to reach the arm over, feel free. Just adds a little extra dimension of fun. Breathe. Oh my goodness, this left hip is talking. Slowly we come up and we hover. So a little bit of core, stretch to the right side. Little arm strength required on the right too. So you don't want to drop the hip down unless you're like, whatever, girl. In which case, drop the hip down. You know where we're headed. Couple breaths. Now drop the hip down. Take the extended leg, your right leg, pull it in. Both sits bones come down, otherwise known as your butt cheeks. Come into that sage twist. So for me, left side, definitely a tighter side. Just kind of notice it. Pull it in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Right on, we give ourselves a big old hug. Or again, if you're extra twisty, that elbow's outside the knee. I'm not extra twisty. I'm extra tight on this right hip. So I'm going to take the left hand behind. I got no ego in these things. Inhale, lift, and as we exhale, we twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we twist. And then come forward, take a little moment. Left leg, it's on the right side. Take it out. And come into the seated tree posture. And just kind of check it out. Again, there's like this little boy or girl, you know, that like can't sit still and do their homework moment. I like to just kind of see what's here. Rock into it a bit sometimes, especially on a Wednesday. And then we start to arrive. We find the boredom in the posture. Left arm could be on a block, it could be on anything that makes you happy. Fingertips underneath the Achilles. If you're able to get your hand down, just kind of lock it in there. And then find that back bacon spot, draw the belly in, ooh, peel back. This side may be way tighter, this side might be way more forgiving. Just kind of notice. This is typically very different side to side. So nothing says you need to reach your arm up. Just keep the chest lifted. And again, you might be like up here, feeling plenty in this posture. Doing a lot of work today to get those kinks out of all of our virtual lives that we're in. I've actually been crazy active. I'm working out like 3 to 4 times a day. Just basically because there's nothing else to do. Maybe reach your arm over your ear. If you're one of the lucky ones that's able to be sitting on your computer and you're kind of wishing you had some time off, like, I get that, man. I totally get that. Breathe into it. Take it where it feels best, like right to the edge, but not to the edge of hurting yourself, but to the edge of, could hold this and become bored here. And then we slowly drop the right shoulder down wherever you are and lift yourself up. That is a really, really big area of tension on a lot of people too. So just no judgment, let it be what it is. And then I want you to take both feet out in front on a nice bend in your knees. Take your palms in a little more narrow than your shoulders. Fingertips point out. Draw your shoulders back, stick out the collarbone, draw your low belly in and up. Use a little bit of core to lift your butt and bring it and sit it towards your heels. Now keep those shoulders drawn back right away. Some of you already feel what we're aiming towards. Big release in the front of the chest. I would like you to take your gaze up. Use a little bit of neck muscles to hold your gaze up there. And then slowly bend the elbows. Everybody's range of motion is different. So big stretch to the front side of the body as we open up and release that tech neck syndrome. First time I did this, I really wanted to cry. So if it's new for you and you're having those sensations, welcome. Couple breaths. And then slowly bring the gaze forward, draw the belly in and up, and pull those hips back. We come forward, heels are down, take the hands forward, draw the belly in and up, and round yourself down. Now sometimes I'll walk my feet in, today I'm going to keep them out. But I want you to try and notice where your flat spot is in your back. You got to really keep your core engaged. This is a really good exercise to do against the wall. It's called wall peels. And then once you get down there, you're like, yeah, that felt good. Hopefully. We're going to do one back bend. Now, let's deep stretch. Back bends for a lot of yogis. I always tease lovely Brittany, whom I adore more than anything in this world. She's young, she's useful, she's back bending. I'm old, I'm cranky, and I'm not back bending. I gotta like warm up the front chain of my body as well as the posterior in order to do a big full wheel or full back bend. It's the end of our practice here. So you might just go supported. This is a back release. You grab a block, place it underneath your sacrum. You don't know what your sacrum is or where your sacrum is, that's okay. Put it like right at the top of your butt crack. And this is a great place to be. And let your arms just relax down. Otherwise, here's our other options. We're going to take a few breaths here. You'll come into a bridge. Feet are in, hips distance. You can touch them with your fingertips. Squeeze and lift up. You rotate your cuffs cool. Take your hands beneath your booty and tuck your shoulders in and go active. Reach up. Now, we've done everything we need to do it for will if it's going to be in your body. If you want to play with it and go into it, hands come back, lift up. Big extension through the front side of the body. Grab all the energy for the day you need. Big inhale, lift wherever you've chosen is perfect. One more breath. And then slowly tuck the chin. If you got a block there, engage your core, lift up, remove the block, come on out. Draw the knees into the chest. Give a little wiggle and a jiggle. And then release those feet down to the ground. Take the arms out wide. Back to that lovely figure four. Right foot crosses over the left. Drop everything to the right. Ending with a little twist. Big inhale in. Exhale, let it go. Release that right foot. Come up to center. Left foot exhales, finds the figure four. Breath in. As we exhale, we drop everything left. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then I'm going to let that left foot up. Come back up. Draw the knees in. Big inhale, squeeze into your tiny, tiniest space. And then as you exhale, stretch out. Let those legs come out wide. Heels in, toes out, palms up, eyes are closed. I welcome you to stay here as long as you want. I'll leave you here for a couple of moments and then I'll finish our reading. So just notice, right? Drop into this space. Let yourself grow heavy. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Let your eyes just relax. Feel the ground supporting you. And trust yourself enough to be bored with this posture. Give yourself the freedom to do nothing. You can choose to stay right there as long as you'd like, or maybe start to reconnect a little bit of movement with breath. Wiggling fingers, toes, gentle nod of the head. And then maybe rolling over onto your right or your left side. Amount of pressure. Seconds. Give up on the idea of soft. Just let it go. Lift yourself up into a comfortable seat towards. We bring those hands to prayer. We take a big deep. Welcome you to bring thumb knuckles to your forehead. We're together. We honor that clarity of thought that reminds us to take those extra breaths, help ourselves diffuse, and also energy. Lastly, thumb knuckles to heart space, where we honor that clarity of action and that willingness to allow ourselves freedom to be bored. Embrace it. It is okay. No time like the present to learn it. Beautiful yogis, thank you all so much for the trust of your practice. My goal for you is that you leave this time with me feeling more relaxed, but also stronger than when we arrived together. Namaste. Namaste. I put underneath the chat, if you so have it in you. Hey, John. Donation, we really appreciate it. I know it's getting annoying hearing us, but it's via Venmo, and mine is listed as Lindsay Robertson 13. There's a dash, and it's spelled Lindsay Robertson 13. So we really appreciate it since we're unable to work. I'm used to teaching 20 classes a week. And I'm down to just 2 with Melting Point, and then 3 sports teams. So it's a crazy time. But I'm going to show movements that I had people ask for. Lara, this is for you, and your kitten is adorable. So feel free to go on and end your session. I'm just going to stop the recording, but I'm going to